Hello, my name is Dr. Mary Grooms, and I'm a general pediatrician in Gainesville, Florida.
And I am Dr. Robert Lawrence, a pediatric infectious disease specialist at the University of Florida, also in Gainesville.
Today, we're going to spend a few minutes discussing the new vaccine recommendation as it relates to meningococcal diseases, including meningococcal meningitis, so that we may best protect our patients against this devastating and aggressive disease.
We will start by discussing meningococcal disease caused by Neisseria meningitidis, specifically its transmission and clinical presentation, as well as the epidemiology and disease burden.
Then we'll discuss the ACIP guidance, which is the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, recommendations for meningococcal B vaccination. We'll review both meningococcal group B vaccine options, MenB4C, marketed as Bexsero, and MenB FHBP, marketed as Tremenba.
The majority of cases of invasive meningococcal disease are caused by 5 serogroups, A, C, W, Y, and B. A key point is that our adolescent and young adult patients need 2 separate vaccines to protect against all 5 serogroups. We tend to be more familiar with the first vaccine, Menveo or Menactra, the conjugate vaccines providing coverage for serogroups A, C, W, and Y. The ACIP has given these vaccines a Category A mandatory recommendation in healthy adolescents for administration at the ages 11 and 16. The new vaccine recommendation we are focusing on today is for serogroup B meningococcal vaccination, which was FDA approved in late 2014.
Invasive meningococcal disease can be serious. There were approximately 400 confirmed cases of invasive meningococcal disease in the United States in 2015. 21% of all disease cases occur in preteens, teens, and young adults between the ages of 11 and 24 years old. 10 to 15% of those who contract meningococcal disease will not survive. Nearly 20% of survivors suffer from significant morbidity, including loss of extremities, seizures, cognitive impairment, and hearing loss.
Approximately 10% of all adults are carriers of Neisseria meningitidis in the nasopharynx. It is believed that the incidence of carriage peaks in adolescence. Invasive disease is a consequence of nasopharyngeal carriage being spread to a new host. And for some reasons that are still unknown to us, the new host is susceptible to invasive disease rather than just the carrier state.
It is believed that certain behaviors increase the risk of exchange of respiratory secretions. These behaviors include coughing, sneezing, kissing, and sharing of utensils or cups. Close contacts and sharing of living quarters, such as in dormitories, also contribute towards transmission. It is believed that the incubation period of Neisseria is between 2 and 10 days. If contracted, the new host will then either become a carrier or, if susceptible, develop invasive disease.
Meningococcal disease progresses rapidly. Despite early detection of disease and a bacterium that is highly susceptible to antimicrobial treatment, there remains a high rate of morbidity and mortality.
Early symptoms of meningococcal disease may mimic a flu-like illness. From there, we typically see rapid progression of symptoms to include vomiting, neck stiffness, rash, and confusion. Late stages include seizures and potentially death within 24 hours. As you can see in this graph, serogroup B is currently responsible for more cases of invasive meningococcal disease than any other serogroup. The risk appears to peak between the ages of 16 and 21. Serogroup B represents nearly 40 to 50% of all cases in the adolescent population.
The Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices has put forth the following recommendation. A meningococcal serogroup B vaccine series may be administered to adolescents and young adults aged 16 to 23 years to provide protection against serogroup B meningococcal disease. The preferred age for vaccination is 16 to 18 years.
The Category B recommendation allows the physician to determine which adolescents and young adults may benefit from MenB vaccination. Under AAP recommendations, physicians are encouraged to discuss MenB vaccination with families and weigh the risks and benefits of vaccination. The AAP recommends documentation of these conversations in the patient's medical records.
Meningococcal Group B vaccine options currently include the following two options. Option 1 is Men-B4C Bexsero, which is a 2-dose vaccine indicated for the prevention of invasive meningococcal disease caused by serogroup B in healthy adolescents. Each dose should be administered at least 1 month apart. The administration of the second dose can extend beyond 1 month.
Option 2 is Men-B FHBP Tremenba, a 2 or 3 dose vaccine indicated for the prevention of invasive meningococcal disease caused by serogroup B.
These are steps you can take to protect your adolescent patients against meningococcal B infection. First, talk to your patients about Men-B vaccination. Second, capture the proper vaccine codes if applicable. Use CPT code 90620 for Men-B-4C and CPT code 90621 for Men-B-FHBP.
Additional steps include scheduling follow-up appointments for series completion. Also, consider implementing an EMR alert for all patients ages 16 to 23 to encourage Men-B vaccination.
To summarize, there are around 400 cases annually in the United States of invasive meningococcal disease. Current vaccine recommendations regarding Menveo and Menactra leave our patients vulnerable to half of the invasive disease burden due to meningococcal B infection.
Now that we have Men-B options available, we owe it to our patients to discuss and recommend this important vaccination. Now is the time to protect our patients against Men-B.